Hello, welcome back to WrestleCrack. I'm Nicky McLeany, aka Mitch Betts, aka the Italian Rapscallion. Today I'm going to talk about my ideas for the WWE Draft 2016. I'll get straight into it because I only have videos that go on for 15 minutes, so I'll get straight into it. Here it goes. For Raw, I went for more of an old school feel to it, sort of like how the brand split last time, where you had Raw was more your bigger, bulkier guys and more main eventy guys. SmackDown was more work based and the smaller guys, because Raw is the flagship and more people watch it, and casual fans are more likely to watch Raw than your SmackDown, so have people that are going to catch your eye as you flick on the channels type of thing. So my main event scene for Raw would be your four faces, would be Lesnar when he's there, Cena, Kevin Owens as a face, Samoa Joe from NXT, and my four main heels would be Roman Reigns, Rusev, Ryback and Del Rio. That would be my main event. Obviously the title would be in that mix. It would fluctuate between some of them and whoever's getting the push at the minute, and it just gives you a nice foundation when they're being sort of in divisions. Not, you don't have to specify they're in these divisions, but sort of an unwritten rule. The IC title picture, I would have the IC title on Raw, so it is more old school, so people who have seen wrestling before, who would have heard the Intercontinental Championship, and they'll watch it because of they know what it is. They pick up on that's the title for the work guys, like it used to be with Bret Hart and Mr. Perfect and all them type of people. That's what Raw will be. It will be so casual fans can understand it easier. So that's what I would have the IC title on Raw, US title on SmackDown, but I'll get to that when I get to SmackDown. Your IC title, you'll have your four faces. You've got Sami Zayn, Neville, Cody Rhodes as Cody Rhodes, Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler could be a heel, could be a face, whatever's working at the time. Your four heels in the IC division, you'd have Austin Aries from NXT, Tyson Kidd, Bo Dallas, and R-Truth. I'd have R-Truth as he was as when he first turned on John Morrison. He was still that crazy heel, but he was more sinister and he's more dangerous than he is when he sort of went at the comedy way of the gimmick. So I'd have him like that. I would have Bo Dallas doing what Bo Dallas does, and given a chance he could be a big star. Your tag division, I would have your faces would be the Luchas, American Alpha, and the Hype Bros. I'm raiding NXT for all the talent, because I don't think NXT really, it's a feeder system. They should be bringing new people in there and getting them ready for the main roster. They shouldn't keep them there for 2 years once they're ready for the main roster, which I'm sure pretty much everyone who I've brought up is ready for the main roster and can add to the main roster. That's why I think NXT should just be NXT. So your tag team division would be Luchas, Alphas, Hype Bros, and your heels would be New Day, Dudleys, and Dash and Dawson, or the Revival. That would be a tag division, 6 teams there. It's enough to build a division around. Your women, your faces of the division would be Bayley, Paige, Natalia. You've got a good mix there. Paige being the young diva who's going to be a massive deal. Paige is established, and people will get behind her anyway, as long as she's portrayed as a face. Natalia is the wily old veteran who could be a face. Your heels would be Sasha, Charlotte, Nia Jax, and Eva Marie. Probably Nia Jax and Eva Marie together, because I think they work well on NXT. So you've got 7 divas there. That's enough to build a division round, I think. So that was Raw. For SmackDown, you have your World Heavyweight title. You have 2 titles like you used to have. Just gives more people more of a chance to get the world title. For your heavyweight title picture, for your four faces, I would have Ambrose, AJ Styles, Nakamura, said that wrong, and Wade Barrett. I have Wade Barrett as a face doing his Barrett gimmick. He was getting over the more he done that gimmick, and they dropped it, and that was a mistake. I think if he goes back to that, he will become a face. Your heels on SmackDown would be Rollins, Wyatt, Jericho, and Sheamus. Got a nice mix of heels there, with Sheamus as his own man, Jericho's Jericho, Wyatt with the Wyatt family, and Rollins is Rollins. So that's your World Heavyweight picture. US title would be I would have a US title booked as it used to be, where it was sort of the precursor to the World Heavyweight Championship, like it was at WCW. See Goldberg, see Booker T, see whoever else done it and went on to the world title. That's what it used to be there for. That's what it should be there for. So for this, I went for more of a bigger, bulkier feel, not the cruiserweight type of IC title I went for on Raw. So on SmackDown, I would have as your faces Cesaro, Finn Balor, Damien Sandow, and Apollo Crews. And your heels is Miz, Strowman, Slater and Axel. I know it's a bit weak on the heels there, but you can always turn Sandow for heel again, or Balor heel, or Cesaro heel, or drop Sheamus down, or Jericho down, or something. As this title is the precursor to the world title, to win it you might have to go for a gatekeeper like Sheamus or Jericho. So I think that would work, and it gives Slater and Axel a chance to be by themselves. I don't think the social outcast thing benefits either of them really. Your tag team division on SmackDown, your faces, I would have the Usos, Enzo and Kaz, the Vaudevillains. That's 3 solid faces there. For your heels, I would have the Primetime Players. I don't think they're going to get any more over than they already have as faces, so give them a new twist to the gimmick and make them heels. I would have Harper and Rowan, obviously still part of the Wyatt family, with Strowman and Wyatt who are on the same show. I would have the Bullet Club of Anderson and Gallows up there as a heel tag team, whether they are with AJ or Balor or whatever. They would be on SmackDown, even if they're just a 2 for now until somewhere down the line. But I would have them 2 as a heel tag team on SmackDown. And for your women's division on SmackDown, for your faces, I would have Becky Lynch, this Carmella, Nikki Bella. Nikki Bella would be a heel actually. You'd have your 3 faces as Becky, Asuka and Carmella, and your heels would be Nikki, Naomi, Tamina and Dana White. Well, not Dana White, Dana Brooke. Definitely not Dana White. So then you've got the same round. You've got your 6 tag teams on each show, your 7 divas on each show. You've got your 8 world heavyweight people, your 8 IC or US people. So you've got a good mix of people. You don't have to. Obviously, they won't all be feuding for the for those titles at the same time, but you've got them interchangeable bits and pieces where you can't have them people feuding over the number 1 contender for the IC title, and they're in that division. It hasn't got to be set in stone in the divisions, but that's sort of what it implies, type of thing. For NXT, I would put down there Kane and Goldust from the main roster just to help build up the new guys. I don't think either are going to get any favour than they have on the main roster. I'll put Tyler Breeze back there. I can't see him doing anything else on the main roster. I think he's better suited to NXT, just due to his size and his just everything about him. I would put Adam Rose back down there as Leo Kruger. He worked well there. I'll put Fandango back down there and try and build him up again as something else. Johnny Curtis, I liked him in one of the seasons of NXT when he was with Derek Bateman and he was the sleazy guy, so I'll put him back down there. I would keep Baron Corbin there. I'll keep Itami there, Dillinger, Alex Riley, Elias Sampson. I'll keep all them there, and obviously you've got people like Rich Swann and Hugo Knox, Dawkins, Birch, Gargano and Ciampa. They're all there. So you've got a base, and then obviously you're going to bring in more people from the indies. That's what NXT should be. You should be bringing people in, train them for a year and a half, put them on the main roster. They've got enough talent in NXT to take pretty much 80% of them onto the main roster and keep 20% there and bulk the rest back up with signings, so I'm going to go into in a second. Your tag teams on NXT, I'll drop Ascension back down there. This shit on the main roster basically. I'll keep Blake and Murphy there. I don't think they've got enough to be main roster tag team. Then I'll just build new teams basically around them. You've got a couple of Indian guys team, and I think maybe Tino and Sabatelli and his brother are tag team, I'm not sure. But you could build new tag teams around them. Your divas on NXT, I'll have Alexa Bliss, Emma staying down there, Liv Morgan, Blue Pants. You've got all them Australian, New Zealand divas. You've got Peyton Royce and I can't remember the rest of them, but there's about 6 or 7 of them. I'll put them together and create a faction, Tamsin Alliance, because of the Tamsin connection, and have them run roughshod over NXT, and that would be a basis of your women's division for a bit. I would also put Alicia Fox down there because I think she's peaked on the main roster, and I think having her down there with the new divas will benefit them. She's been on the main roster for 7, 8 years or something, so I think that would work well. Obviously, you bring the new divas all the time, new wrestlers all the time, so this basis of NXT is not set in stone. It's just your foundation. I'll talk about hirings, who I would hire maybe to add to the NXT brand. I would have AC3 from TNA. He's one of the best in the world, for me, definitely. You have Bram, Eli Drake, both got a massive upside for me. Spud and Grado, 2 guys from the UK, really, really funny guys. I'll have them. Tag teams, you have Beer Money and the Wolves, the Hardys, the Decay from TNA, all do really good things. Even if you bring a couple of them in, I think it would benefit. From Ring of Honor, I would bring in the Bucks, the Briscoes, Kaz and Daniels. 3 world-class tag teams that even if they're just in NXT, I'd give the tag team division in NXT a boost while you boost up the main roster with the tag teams you're putting on for the split. I'd also bring in Prince Puma from Lucha Underground, maybe Adam Cole, Michael Elgin from Ring of Honor as well, just something just to keep them ticking over in NXT, and keep the that special feeling about it that it has. And I've written fire-ins. For my fire-ins, I'll get rid of Mark Henry and the Big Show straight away. I've seen enough of them. I don't want to see big bulky guys wrestle anymore. I just want to see people wrestling. That's entertaining. Them two aren't entertaining for me. And also let the Matadors go, or put them down in NXT with just as Primo and Epico like they used to be, because I think the Matadors gimmick's done. That's pretty much it. So don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the video, and go below and write your possible drafts or ideas about my draft, or whatever you want. Really, just leave some comments below. Cheers. See you later. Peace.